Hello, everyone, and welcome to 18th episode of Personal Development Training Series. My name is Mohammad Reza Fati, and I'm a life coach. What we do in life echoes in eternity. I guarantee you that your life is going to be separated to two parts, before and after personal development training. This episode, which is part one of a four-parted series, is about actions and consequences. And the action that we chose is later. It's called later. The thing that we use it all the time and we postpone our own destiny. Something that most philosophers and teachers throughout the history try to encounter. You know what quietly derails most lives? It's rarely a single catastrophic decision. Not a sudden bankruptcy, not one explosive argument, not some once in a lifetime disaster. What usually shifts the direction is much smaller, later. I'm not talking about the responsible kind of postponement, the thoughtful delay that happens because today truly demands your energy. This is the other kind, the one you use just to get through tonight. After a long day, your mind feels crowded, meetings stacked up back to back, an inbox that keeps refilling, rent that is high and groceries that cost more than they used to, savings that never feel quite safe. Even in relatively stable systems, the pressure doesn't disappear. Student loans linger, mortgage payments repeat every month, insurance, performance reviews, subtle competition, it all adds up. There is a constant whisper that you should be improving, optimizing, upgrading, moving forward. Eventually, you make it home. Traffic drained you, or maybe it was the crowded subway. Maybe lunch was eaten in front of a screen while answering messages. You held yourself together in conversations you didn't fully believe in. Then, finally, it's dinner time. A bit of scrolling, then you sit. On the table is the book that you bought, the one you said would help you grow this year. Your journal might be nearby too. You wrote it for a few days back in last month, convinced this time would be different. You know that 10 pages would help you. 5 minutes of writing would probably clear your head. Not for social media, not for productivity metrics, just to feel connected to yourself and your destiny. 10 minutes, that's it. And then the familiar and famous voice steps in. Exhaustion speaks first. You remind yourself how hard you worked, but a promise appears. The weekend should be better. Another thought follows. There is no mental space left tonight. I'm tired. Later. So the book remains closed and the journal stays blank. Nothing dramatic follows. Your landlord doesn't raise your rent because you skipped reading. Your manager does not send a warning email. No notification appears to tell you something went wrong. Still, something moves quietly. Your trust in yourself shifts a few millimeters. Modern life runs on pressure. In many Western countries, stability exists, more or less, but so does relentless pace. There's always a new skill to be learned, a certification need to be finished, and a body that needs to be improved, a habit that needs to be fixed. So when you tell yourself that money needs to come first, that personal growth can wait until next quarter, that things will calm down after this project ends, you're not being irrational. It makes sense. Yet beneath that logic, a subtle pattern forms. Each time later becomes the answer, your brain absorbs a message. Your inner life, your destiny is negotiable. Growth becomes optional. Clarity becomes secondary. You slowly slide to the bottom of your own priority list. At the beginning, nothing looks broken. Everything feels functional. Over time, though, small evidence accumulates. Half-read books stack up. Online courses sit at 70% complete. The journal has 3 honest pages, followed by months of silence. Ideas that once felt important fade before they're written down and implemented. Then a vague heaviness appears. It isn't pure burnout and it isn't laziness, nor is it incompetence. It's incompleteness. You are not complete. You failed your mission to serve yourself. Self-trust rarely collapses in one dramatic moment. More often, it erodes gradually through repetition. You tell yourself you read tonight. It doesn't happen. You promise you're gonna journal tomorrow. It gets delayed. After enough repetitions, a quiet conclusion forms. I don't really follow through. Your expectations of yourself soften. Internal dialogue grows quieter. Ambition becomes cautious. That's where the real consequence begins. The external world is already unpredictable. Markets fluctuate, companies restructure, technology reshapes entire industries overnight. If your internal ground also becomes unstable, what exactly are you standing on? Skipping that 10 pages isn't the real issue. What matters is that those 10 minutes were within your control. Global economics aren't. Interest rates are not. Corporate decisions are not. A short reading session, however, is. When even controllable actions repeatedly slip away, your sense of agency shrinks. Your sense of authority shrinks. That book was never just a book. It symbolized direction. Short-term delay offers relief. Long-term delay creates erosion. No warning sounds, no visible crash, just subtle declaration. Momentum softens, clarity dims, belief in yourself lowers slightly. Enough slight reductions eventually become distance. Distance between you and the version of yourself who, even inside a demanding system, could have been steadier, deeper, and stronger. Consequences aren't only tied to actions taken. Often, they grow from actions avoided. Unread pages, unwritten reflections, moments never claimed. But your relationship with yourself remains in your hands. That relationship shifts gradually every time later replaces now. No one collapses because of one single delay. Gradual drift is what changes identity. It happens quietly, through repeated postponements, through gentle self-betrayals, and through promises that sounded small at the time. Lives don't usually shatter in one instant. They erode through commitments made in private and abandoned just as quietly. And this is only the beginning of actions and consequences, because postponement does not shape your growth only, it also reshapes your relationships, which are very important to us. And that part belongs to the next part. What we do in life echoes in eternity.